the chains, unleash the fury in this world.
Alright, Earthlings and Kryptonians. Welcome to the show where DC tries desperately to be less like Marvel, and Marvel tries to remember what it was like not to be a train wreck. Let's dive deep into the nerdiverse today with James Gunn's totally unbiased and reliable guide. Yes, he's managed the impossible, making Superman vulnerable, and Batman even more Batman-y. And speaking of Batman, because naturally, he's everyone's primary concern. James Gunn is more obsessed with Batman than I am with the amount of coffee I've mainlined this morning. And trust me, I've had enough to start seeing Doctor Strange in my coffee grounds. Now James Gunn said something interesting. He wants a Batman who isn't campy or funny. Come on, James. Isn't the entire concept of a grown man dressed as a bat inherently hilarious? And he hasn't even mentioned the Batmobile that takes more turns than Mario Kart on Rainbow Road. And what about our dear Diana Wonder Woman? Well, she's a bit easier to handle, according to our friend Gunn, because there aren't as many versions of her as there are of Batman. Someone needs to remind him that Wonder Woman also deserves a little love. Or do we need Hermione Granger to swoop in and scream, "Priorities, Gunn! Priorities!" Speaking of Marvel and DC crossovers, apparently they've discussed it a billion times, probably while the Marvel writers were doing the victory dance in Fortnite. But James wants good stories, not some universe-bending disaster just because. And frankly, with the sheer number of heroes we have these days, do we really need another team-up movie? They're getting together more often than the cast of Friends. And what about Superman? Gunn's making a few tweaks, like toning down his strength a little. Looks like someone's been reading too much X-Men and still thinks Cyclops is the most compelling character. But honestly, if I can have a Superman who doesn't solve everything with a planetary punch, I'm in. And Krypto, the superdog, he's basically Superman's Chewbacca, but less hairy and more airborne. We even get an explanation for the age-old mystery of Clark Kent's glasses. In the film, Lois already knows who he is. And thank Odin for that. Apparently, Gunn's secret weapon was finally giving Lois Lane some credit for having an IQ above room temperature. Oh, and if you haven't commented, subscribed, or liked the video yet, remember that even Superman needs a morale boost from your clicks. And who knows, if you don't, a new Green Lantern movie might materialize out of spite. So my friends, as James Gunn attempts to salvage the DC universe, remember, the real magic is in the details, or at least in not giving Lex Luthor hair. Until the next update from a universe that insists on reinventing itself, tell me what you think in the comments, and if anyone knows how to do a crossover with the Star Wars universe, hit me up. Have a great day, mainline some caffeine, and see you soon. Go forth and conquer, heroes. Conquer.